Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Rogue Trader. So we've been doing quite a lot of side quests and exploring recently, but I think what we're going to do today is we're going to start the next main story location. And I'm going to do the agricultural planet first. I can't remember the name of it right now, but let's go and... It's only a couple of systems away, so it won't take us too long to jump over there. I hope. Never know, of course, we might find something in the warp on our way, but we're coming down to Telecos Epsilon here to go to Janus. Janus is the name of the world we're going to. It's only one jump away, in fact. Just having a look at other stuff we haven't explored yet. So when we go up towards the Dargona system, we'll explore this stuff up here. I'm hoping these all link together. There's also a couple of weird little ones stuck out here that we haven't got to. So at some point I might try and make a route, maybe from System Speculo. I mean, it would make sense from here, but that's still quite a few jumps away for us. Yeah. Oh, there's a few dangerous ones, isn't there? But let's jump straight here. Says it's unsafe. I'm not going to use anything to lessen that. Looks like we got away with it this time. I'm not sure what the percentage odds are of getting some kind of incident on the yellow routes.
Lord Captain, according to the telemetry, the parameters of this system match those of Telecos Epsilon, home to the agri-world Janus that belongs to the Von Valancius dynasty. We received a Vox message from the planet. The agri-world's governor officially welcomes the Rogue Trader and reports that she has begun preparations for a formal reception to celebrate the arrival of the planet's sovereign. Your subjects are looking forward to your visit.
Okay. So that's Janus. So let's look at the other planets first. Let's go to whatever this one is. Now, we don't have any more mining tools at the moment. But we've got some plasma batteries. Okay. I might... Maybe even before we land on Janus, I might look at the trading as well. Plasteel 3. Lady Theodora loved frozen worlds. I never did discover the reason why, but the Lord Captain never missed a chance to visit such planet, even on the slightest pretext. Interesting. Well, I am going to go... Can I do the trading from here? Don't know that I can. I'm going to go back to the bridge and I'm going to talk to High Factotum because we got 5,000 rep with all the factions. We've also found quite a lot of stuff since the last time we traded, and I think my profit factor's got up, so I just want to check kind of where we are in terms of buying stuff from those guys. We might have some stuff we want to get basically before we land on Janus. Oh, and I also want to swap round Pascal's main and offhands, so he should hopefully be able to use his assassin skill from range. Bit of a tip there for one of my commenters, so thanks very much for that. Let's actually do that now so I don't forget. Yeah, so this counts as his main hand, and that's why he can only do melee Death Whisper. Oh, okay, let's just take that out completely. Put that... Right, let's try again.
Request denied.
Now that's saying he can't equip that gun there. That can only be equipped there. So... Yeah, it seems like he can't carry the ranged weapon in his actual hand. It's got to be on his mechadendrite. Okay. Well, alright. Well, that was a nice idea, but it doesn't look like the game is going to allow that. Oh, I can equip this now. So I want that to be equipped on Abelard. I don't know why that wasn't doing it last time. I don't know if there's been like a little hotfix or something. Or maybe just rebooting the game has helped with that. But this should be quite a good thing for him. So whenever the wearer kills their target with a melee attack, he's basically completely melee. All enemies in a 2-cell range around the wearer suffer wearer's willpower bonus mental damage. And it's only 3. But every little helps, right? Isn't it? Yeah. I just wonder if we try and boost his willpower at all if he's wearing that, but... No, that's good. That's good. Okay, so let's go to Janus. And we haven't, as you remember in the last episode, I respect my main character. I haven't had a chance to sort of test them out in combat yet, but I'm hoping some of the abilities I've taken, plus the new second archetype, Master Tactician, I'm hoping that just makes a bit more sense and sort of plays maybe a little bit better, because I wasn't using the Vanguard abilities at all on the character. Feels a bit sad to keep leaving Jay at home, but I like Heinrichs for his ability to heal, if nothing else. For me at the moment, it really is a toss-up between these two, because I find Pascal is just really good with his plasma weapon now. Abelard is our tank, puts out a load of damage as well. Cassia just is really useful for stuff generally, a lot of her abilities and so on, and Argenta is just absolutely wrecking now with her heavy bolter, so... try taking Jay again, maybe? Been a while since I used her. I don't know. I'm going to stick with Heinrichs for now. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I just realised I went to the bridge and I didn't do any of that trading stuff. Oh well, I'm sure I'm sure we'll get the opportunity before long. Vistenza Viat, a lavishly dressed noblewoman in an opulent silk gown, watches you with an expectant air, but then gracefully bows her head. Gem-encrusted implants protrude from her arms and neck. Okay. I welcome you on behalf of the noble house Viat ab Aram. My name is Vistenzia Janus Viat ab Aram af Coronis. That's a mouthful. By the grace of the Emperor and the will of the rogue trader, Theodora von Valancius, I serve as planetary governor and imperial commander-in-chief of this world. Vistenzia Viat raises her head slightly. And she turns to Abelard. And greetings to you, noble Wersarian. It has been years since your last visit to Janus. I am glad to see you again. Yes, it's a good sign when a rogue trader seneschal does not visit a subject planet for a long time. Isn't that correct, Lady Viat? It means the governor is taking care of all matters, and there is no need for the seneschal to interfere. Vistenzia lets out a musical laugh. I hear praise in those words, and I thank you for them. She turns once again to you. In truth, your arrival in the place of the esteemed Lady von Valancius is quite unexpected. Lady von Valancius is dead. I am now the head of the dynasty. Oh, such tragic news. I will see to it that the planet observes a month of mourning.
For Janus!
I've been calling it Janus, but it's Janus appears to be the pronunciation of the world, judging by that attacker.
You will fall!
Ambushed, okay, we'll just start them. Cassia. So there's 5 of them, and it's these 5 around us, so why don't we just get them all to congregate a little bit.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Have another go.
I am a navigator, not a serf.
The Inquisition.
Reduced to dust.
Why don't you two hit each other?
That's gotta
That backfired
hurt.
slightly. Right, Cassia.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered
That's the one I wanted
around.
to move. Alright, well, let's stick a melee
If
on
I
this
may.
square. I don't think it's going to take very long, so let's just get through it. Speaking of, it's time for Argenta. Well, I guess maybe she'll come... Mind you, I don't really want to hit the estate warden. This guy's only got 40 health. Tell you what, why don't we just come in with the flamer?
God Emperor, move through me.
Now, who's
Breathe
acting
fire
first? It's
in
actually
my
this guy,
heart.
but then it is this guy. Oh no, it's not. It's this one. Can she hit him from here? She could basically kill this guy, so... Oh, not quite. You know what? It's my turn now, so this is how I deal with things.
One more satisfying demise.
Oh, there's more. Ah, we got some sniper support by the look of it. Okay, so I didn't hit that dude. I got some new abilities now, so let's have a think. I probably should have used that, but I was like, yeah. Marking it, yeah, let's mark him, because he's going to get killed very shortly, I would think. So anyone who kills him is going to get like a bunch of bonuses. Could give Scal a freebie.
Guides me.
It costs 1 AP, so why don't we let's open a weakness on analyze, I guess.
My vow is to serve. The scriptural prophecy.
There we go. So Pascal should get some nice bonuses now, which equates to he gains. So my allies, his resolve. Let's assume it's around 5. They're generally around 5 or 6. So 2 times 5 is 10, 20 momentum, and +5 to all characteristics until the end of combat, which I think is rather nice. Now it's a shame I can't use this. Or can I? There's no one in line of sight, which doesn't help. Yeah, I'm not going to do the ultimate on his turn. Let's just end that. Interesting that they went and I didn't. Because it still might go. So what have I got here? The Master selects a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including the Master Tactician, that have line of sight to the enemies inside the selected zone make an immediate single attack against a random enemy that they can target with their weapons. So that might be... Let's test it out on this dude. Which one is it? This one. Because I think we should pretty much all have him in line of sight. Yeah, I mean, we didn't kill him, but we did. We took 100 hit points off him, which wasn't bad. Okay, and who are we going to give this to? I guess, say, Abelard. Why not you? I've still got movement. I might just carp into full cover here.
Discord.
There we go. I feel like I'm having a bit more of an effect in battle now. Oh, because I used the ultimate. Get another go. That's another thing I've picked up. Okay, so I haven't got my Hell Lance ability. That's one I haven't picked up yet. I can't use that either. Oh, because I've only got... Is it because I've only got 1 AP? Oh, that's weird. I mean, I can set him on fire. He is on fire. We could set... I could stick that on him.
I need no guidance.
And... just leave that. Someone else will be able to kill him. Maybe Abelard. Oh no. It's actually Heinrich's turn next. So why don't we bring Heinrich up into this spot?
The Emperor is on our side.
And what should we do? We could just drain life.
I'm done with this one.
There we go. I didn't see that guy there. I must confess.
For the throne's glory.
I might not be able to do this. Oh, I can do this now. Okay. Might take an attack, but that's okay. Probably should have put my other weapon on. Kind of forgot about that. Let's do that now.
Scorn the pain.
High momentum.
Don't worry, Abelard's coming. He's got a few possibilities here. even though my opening's on the
place
other
is at the
side, I'm
front.
going to come here, and the reason for that is I want to see if I can do the dodge in and out thing. But first of all, let's... how much? Yeah, okay, it's quite strong, so let's put Sworn Enemy on.
Indeed.
We'll open up another opening on that guy. Don't think that helped.
Victory
that.
is imminent.
Gonna hit him.
It will be done.
Then I want to do this
I will
one.
do my duty.
I want to see if I can chain a few of these together.
In
That did pretty good. Yeah, well, I knew I wouldn't be able to do him, I guess. Yeah, well, it is what it is. But I can probably get a hemorrhage on
At
this
your
guy,
beck and call.
which does a lot more damage now. I'm going to leave
It will
the
be done.
momentum bar full for now.
Just a minor setback.
Lady Cassia. I don't know why that guy doesn't have like a red tile around him. It's a bit strange, but
Battlefields are always drowned
should
in
get
scarlet.
some opportunity attacks here, hopefully.
One fewer target.
Yeah, you could say that. All right, let's try and group them up so they can attack each other.
Isn't this a job? Try to die with grace, at least.
Two of them just drop dead. Okay. I don't want to get this guy out of cover.
I am a navigator,
Oh, wrong
not
one.
a servitor. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Let's move the melee zone and move it up here. I'm going to leave that bar full for now.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
Might just be able to destroy the cover and keep shooting him. So let's put that
I'll
on.
do it.
Stick
Doubt
all our
is for the
bonuses
weak.
on.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Doesn't really make sense to angle it. I really want to shoot this guy.
Eradicated.
And she did. I'm actually going to take
In thy
that.
light I stand, and thy light I crave.
She should
As
be-
the Emperor commands, none can escape
Wow.
the Emperor's judgment.
I saw too late. That
I
was like a
refuse.
38% chance of hitting, and she still got it.
You, my Emperor! As the Emperor commands, each strike is a prayer.
Argenta's in the house. Let's take more
Doubt
momentum.
is for the weak.
And how far can I get? Not too far. I doubt she can. Yeah. Alright, that'll do, Argenta. Not bad. Heinrichs. They're annoying. Stuck in there. I'll be able to come
But
do
of
this.
course, Lord Captain.
Let's do a psychic force hit. It's only
Let's see to
20%,
it.
I've just seen. Still hit. Okay. Avallard, I think you can probably come and take care of this guy. I'm going to come here though so you can run in and do it.
Victory is imminent. I take care of this one.
Here we go. Any more?
Your ladyship, Emperor preserve us, are you all right?
Do not fret, layperson. We have grown used to outrageous slovenliness among the wardens of every world we visit. Pascal's vox, quiet at first, is booming with fury by the end of his remark, apparently. Pale greyness is strangling this peasant like a noose. His words are laden with fear for our well-being, and yet he fears for his own even more. I'm fine. I can't say the same for the attackers.
Praise the throne! If you would please follow me, I will personally escort you to the governor, where you will have the protection of walls and wardens.
Fine, lead on. Upon seeing you, the guard at the door lets out a frightened yelp and doubles over into a low bow. A low bow. A low bow.
Your ladyship, the most honourable Dahlia von Bernicus von Valancius. The governor is awaiting you in her office, where she is protected by walls and guards. Would you prefer to meet with her alone or with your entourage?
My entourage will accompany me in my meeting with the governor. Vistenza Janus Viat ab Aram af Coronis is furiously swiping at a data slate, issuing commands into a gilded vox. Upon seeing you, she hurriedly puts away her devices, smooths her skirt, and drops into a deep curtsy.
Your ladyship, accept my abject apologies for the reprehensible stunt that spoiled the reception. Even in my worst nightmares, I never could have imagined.
I don't care about your apologies. I could have been killed. The governor, trembling all over, bows her head even lower.
I assure you, your ladyship, I would never. I beg you, give me the chance to prove my loyalty and explain myself.
Vistenza's companion standing beside her also bends into a slavish bow, while reaching out to offer a reassuring touch to Vistenza's hand, who immediately draws it away. One of your wardens helped us in battle. A superb shot. Who was it?
Ah, you must be referring to Yrliet, or Yrliet, our chief ally in the struggle against the rebels. I have turned a blind eye to her horrific mutations given the undoubted advantages that she brings. You see, Yrliet comes from the local degenerate stock of this world and knows Janus like the back of her hand, so she has provided several leads as to where we can find bases and secret storehouses. Although I admit that at times I am tempted to send her away from the estate. Her unnaturalness means that speaking with her always leaves me feeling uneasy. Such a gaunt, unfeminine figure, and so tall.
Heinrich's expression shifts. Did I hear you correctly, Governor Viat? You have a mysterious mutant on your estate at this very moment. One of prodigious height, slight build, and with a supernatural talent for shooting? Did the arrival of this helper never give you pause for thought?
Allow me to make myself clear. To refuse Yrliet's help in our circumstances would have been incredibly rash. Yes, mutants are creatures abhorrent to the Emperor, and they should be exterminated. But sometimes humanity makes exceptions for those who can serve the Imperium.
I am not concerned that your aide is a mutant. I am far more concerned that she may be nothing of the sort. Heinrich turns to you. Dahlia von Bernicus, I would like to meet this helper of Governor Viat's without delay, out of professional interest.
If you wish to speak to Yrliet, you will find her outside in the orangery, most likely by the gazebo. She prefers to keep her distance from others.
Okay, explain. What's happening on the planet?
Several months ago, uprisings broke out on Janus. I was not even... Is it Janus, did they say? I'm going to say Janus. I was not even notified at first. Griping worms are for wardens to worry about. Alas, I only learned of what was happening after the miscreants began targeting noble families.
Vistenza shakes her head.
And then it became apparent that what the Administratum's accounts had referred to as unrest were in fact organized attacks on infrastructure and society leaders. They have already brought 13 agri-complexes to a halt and have now moved on to assassination attempts. My wardens are doggedly tracking down the rebels, but their leaders are slipping from our grasp yet again.
Can Janus fulfill its foodstuff supplies under current conditions?
I risk angering you, your ladyship, but this is nothing compared to shamelessly deceiving you. Let us consider the situation dispassionately.
Even the most talented logistics experts of the Administratum are unable to guarantee stable tithes when shuttles are wary of landing at the spaceport, and the terrified peasants are indulging a mute, dangerous minority within their ranks. Until the usual order of things is restored on Yarnus, any trade is nigh impossible. Considering what has occurred, your visit is a true blessing. You see, Yarnus does not have its own fleet. We could organize a planet-wide search if we had ships at our disposal, ships like yours, your ladyship. Perhaps you'll find a way to support your subjects in their hour of need. I'm sure even approximate coordinates would be sufficient to have the ground forces and ship's crew work together to hunt down the enemy. Shall we do the last one? Yeah. Well, I'll track down these elusive fugitives myself. As for you, Vistenza, you will not be permitted to fail again. I am removing you from your post as governor of this planet, and I am placing you under arrest. When I finish with the rebels, I'll decide what to do with you. Vistenza lets out a ragged gasp as though she's been punched in the stomach. Your ladyship, but I have served your dynasty faithfully and honestly. I have worked tirelessly to tame this unruly planet. She stops herself from speaking any further and nods. As you wish. Normally I'd try and be nice, but I thought, maybe we'll try and be a bit less of a pushover. I can't go through any of these doors. Okay.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Grace and strength of will. It is sad that such gifts have fallen to one whose soul will never be illuminated by the light of terror.
Oh, there'll be terror, I suspect. Okay, so are there any doors in here I can go through? Okay, there is actually some... Oh, that's the governor. I think I might have placed her under house arrest.
I tread a path unexplored.
Assuming there's nothing up there. Alright, so we're going to have to go out. I don't think there's anything in here.
Observing the desecration perpetrated upon the manufactorums of Kiava Gamma is generating unproductive signals in my cognitive circuitry, initiating a mantra of pacification and mitigation of spiritual deterioration.
That's nice, Pascal.
Any victory for the archenemy brings turmoil to mind and heart. Be strong, Magos. These events are especially trying for you.
Okay, Heinrichs and Pascal bonding a bit.
The world will bow.
Some goods and Vinzelex.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Draped in a red cloak, the Magos's body barely looks human. Wires, tubes, and metal manipulators turn him into a whimsical machine, while implants hide his face behind a sinister mask. The tech priest intermittently dictates something in technolingua to the servo skull floating next to him. But at your approach, he falls silent and offers a reserved bow. Greetings, your ladyship. Lex Mechanic Vinzelex. How may I serve you? Pascal and the Lex Mechanic exchange trills of binary greetings. The series of sounds issued by Vinzelex sounds much longer and more deferential than those of Pascal. What do you do here on Yarnus? By the order of the Adeptus Mechanicus, I have been entrusted with the management of the Adeptus Administratum in order to catalogue the agronomic data and analyze information about the planet during the process of subjugating it to the will of the Imperium. Be blessed, Tech Brother. Your diligence and the diligence of those like you turns anarchy into order and bestows classification to knowledge. One of Pascal's mechadendrites lightly touches the Lex Mechanic's body. The tech priest bows respectfully in return, clearly a little startled. Tell me about Yarnus. Initializing report. The planet's soil possesses a unique composition suitable for the re-engineering of the planet and the mass production of foodstuffs. Significant cultivation of the Eastern Hemisphere with the aim of improving production processes and logistics operations. Traces of Xeno activity that do not pose an immediate threat to ongoing operations.
undesirable pathologies of flora and fauna have been noted, which may pose a threat in the short term.
What pathologies in the flora and fauna?
Genetic and chemical pathologies, your ladyship. Harmless species mutate and become aggressive, while plants change their chemical composition and become poisonous. This is happening more and more often, and if you do not take action, the ecosystem of the world will be irreparably disrupted. These changes may be artificial. Has the possibility been considered that someone is manipulating the ecosystem to reduce our living space? Not at all, Venerable Magos. Our tech comrades from the Magos biologists are humble workers, not warriors. They could not have come up with a thought of such a militant nature. The mind must be open to all forms of knowledge. I order you to commence a check. In the event that your account of the indolence of their minds is confirmed, I will petition for the appropriate penance. Interesting. It is often what seems to be insignificant anomalies like these that lead to greater troubles. How is the governor dealing with undesirable pathologies? I have analyzed the genome of the affected species, and I am currently developing suppressor genes to make the planet's organisms resistant to pathology. But so far I have not been able to solve the problem. Further exploration of the planet would perhaps speed up these processes, but the administrative apparatus has imposed a ban on expeditions that are not directly aimed at improving production. Traces of xeno activity? According to the data obtained during the initial survey, ruined structures of non-human origin were noted in different sectors of the planet, but I did not have the administrative capacity to study them in more detail. For now, I must defer the quest for knowledge. The Lex mechanic speaks the last words with distinct envy, his eyes fixed on Magus Hanuman. Let's talk about something else. How many servants of the Adeptus Mechanicus are there on the planet? According to the data stored in my cogitator, all infrastructure nodes for food harvesting and processing have their own contingent of technomads. The total number amounts to 253. Correction, based on the latest data, the figure is 211 units. How are things with you and your fellows? The current situation on the planet is assessed as stable. The progress of the prospects is assessed as encouraging. As you wish. Speak later. Okay. Good, okay, well, some useful stuff there. Something might be causing these mutations.
Cover my path.
Just do a little stroll around here in case there's anything hidden I can loot or examine. Doesn't look like it. What's our servo skull? Long live rogue trader Dahlia von Bronicus von Valancius. Alright, it's just shouting my praises as I walk around. I like that. Oh, Yrliet. Hello. What are you?
Yrliet Lenevis greets you, Elantark.
The bizarre creature before you only vaguely resembles a typical human. An elongated body, slender limbs, pointed features. Every aspect of its appearance is unnatural and alien. The creature turns its head to you. She's already spoken.
Regrettable news. This creature is not a mutant as the locals assumed, but a representative of the Eldari, one of the myriad enemies of humanity. You should not trust this creature. Do not communicate with it any longer than necessary.
There is no need to mutilate my language, Monkey. I speak yours well enough to converse with Elantark without a translator. And since you have discerned my path, I will be direct in my speech. My soul is nothing kin to yours. Your kind call us Xenos, as if we are all as one. I came here to protect the Lilithon by assisting the governor against her enemies. Will you hear me, or be blinded to sense by your precepts?
Attack. I will speak with you, Yrliet Lenevis, but keep your hands where I can see them.
Reckless.
Must I remind you, Master Van Kalox, that the warrant endows rogue traders with the sacred right to have dealings with Xenos when necessary? That exceptional memory of yours seems to have let you down.
I have banished the shadow of doubt from your thoughts regarding my nature. Now you will answer my question. Why have you sought me out?
Why are you helping the governor?
This world is in distress. I wish to protect it from unnecessary suffering.
What do you know about the rank and file rebels?
Only that they threaten the established order. There is much risk to this world should the ruler die.
Yrliet's face is unreadable, but you detect a strange tension in her voice, as though she is choosing her words carefully. Do you know who is behind the uprisings?
There is a malevolence here that drives your kin down the path of violence.
How did you come to be in Janus?
The world you call Janus.
Oh, she calls it Janus. That's what I was calling it before.
Of my kin. I have far more right to be on the Lilithon than any of you.
Alright, well I'm going to go back to calling it Janus. That's what I was calling it originally. Why do you call me Owlcat?
Because that is what you are. Owlcat means stranger from the darkness amidst the stars. You descended on flame-winged machines in a dark time when the air of the planet is soaked in blood and pain. Will you be the one to bring peace to the Lilithon?
Die! No, how about, I spoke to the Magos in charge of operations. He says something's gone wrong with this world. There are spontaneous mutations, animal attacks. Maybe you've something to say about that?
The Lilithon is expressing her wrath. For centuries, this world has resisted the brutality inflicted upon it by soulless machines and unmindful creatures. But what the machine man told you, that is something else. Something more frightening. The planet is fighting an evil that has taken root in its very cradle.
Your answers are not particularly helpful.
But you are not asking for help, Owlcat. You are merely asking questions, the answers to which are either unimportant or wreathed in shadow. Explore this place. Speak to those who know. A simple task for you, and an insurmountable challenge for me, since my very appearance provokes fear and suspicion. When you learn anything, tell me. Perhaps then my answers will be helpful to your search.
Right, let's get her on board. I know that she is a potential party companion. If you want, you can join me. None of the locals will dare to look askance at you and the rogue trader's presence.
So be it. I will go with you.
With all due respect, are you sure this is the right decision? We know nothing about this Xenos or why she has wormed her way into the governor's confidence. As far as I can tell, she isn't especially keen to help us, and yet, for some obviously dark reason, she has decided to take part in our investigation.
My judgments and choices are for me alone, Monkey. If uniting with your mistress will bring peace to the Lilithon, then it is the true path. Do not get in my way if you value your next breath.
You have not yet spent enough time among humans if you think threats will dispose me more favorably toward you. The decision is yours, rogue trader. But let me be clear. I will terminate your pet Xenos at the first sign of her non-compliance.
Old words.
I am ready, Owlcat. Let us go forth.
Okay, so I'm tempted to swap her and Heinrichs. No, not Argenta. No, Argenta is coming with us. Okay, so let's get rid of Heinrichs. We'll take Argenta. Yeah, happy enough with the look at that. Now, she's got a bit of leveling up to do. Let's have a quick look at her setup in terms of equipment. So she's got an Eldari long rifle. She's a sniper. I mean, we've seen her in action. We kind of had deduced that for ourselves, I would think. What's this that we've got? Herald Servo Skull. Is that different to the one I had already? Picture Recorder Servo Skull. Who can equip? So if I took that out, oh, I could. Okay. This one's got a loudspeaker. Let's have that one. So no one else can have one. Okay. But anyway, yeah. So in terms of armor, she's got some light armor. She's good at dodge. which is probably fine. That's the ranged one, isn't it? Good at ballistic skill. She doesn't have an offhand weapon. Now, this must not have Eldari equipment. Bit weird. Can she? Maybe she can only equip Eldari weapons and stuff. Well, let's give her the chameleon cloak to start with. Does she gain the fight? Her intelligence is 35, so does that count? It does not, so there's no point to giving her that. Got some stims, maybe. Yeah, I could see her maybe having that. That doesn't seem like a good fit for her. That doesn't seem like a good fit for her either. Yeah, that doesn't seem very good either. I don't fancy to see the need for any of those. Also, Medicaid. She does seem able to use them, so let's chuck a couple of kits on her. I mean, I wouldn't mind going back to the ship and just seeing, you know, what else we've got, but... I mean, I've got light armor, and mine isn't as good as that, so... I think she's probably doing alright. She is tall, isn't she? In terms of Eldari equipment, I don't know if I've got anything better than that stored. We haven't got any boots that she could wear. I mean, I might have stuff in my safe that I could give her. But for the moment, let's just go with that, I guess. I mean, I might go back to the ship and see. But okay, so in terms of archetypes, so she is. Do I take a third assassin? I would probably make her a bounty hunter just for a bit of variety. Grand strategist. I think that's what... Is that what Cassia is? Yeah, okay, so I might make Yrliet a bounty hunter just for a bit of variety then. So she's done all this. Let's actually see what features she's got then. So she's what, an operative? Is that right? I think so. Where's her archetypes? Operative. Okay, so we haven't had an operative since... Oh no, because Pascal's an operative, isn't he? Analyze enemies, dismantling attack. One exploit, then makes a free attack against a target that always hits. Oh, that's a heroic action, isn't it? Okay. Precise attack. Cover vision. Yeah, so these are all stuff that Pascal's got, apart from this one. Her attack against the target at the start of her next turn cannot miss. Ends her current turn. Okay. The talents. Sharpshooter. If the operative has not moved this turn, they gain ballistic skill and 1 damage for every 5 cells between them and the target. So you want her to kind of be immobile, ideally. If the operative attacks a target affected by an exploit from a distance, it deals 15% damage. Okay, we've seen that. More damage to fresh targets. Operative bonus perception equal to the number of exploits removed. Okay. So exposed weakness. So I need to kind of work out how these work, because I kind of just take it as granted a little bit. Yeah, so you want to stack... You want to stack this on stuff, don't you? I mean, these are good anyway, but then that's good too, so... Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so she's all based around these exploits. What does she do then? Torpedo control... Vulnerability scan. Okay. In terms of skill, she's good at awareness, but we've already got Cassia doing that. But she has Law Xenos, which I was putting onto Heinrich, so it kind of makes sense to maybe have that on her as well. That's probably mostly what I need her for. Alright, so I guess we need to take the next archetype then. As I said, I'm gonna Take bounty. We've already seen a little bit of how that works when I was trying it on Pascal. Just remind ourselves how it works. Bounty Hunter may mark any enemy in combat as prey. Whenever the Bounty Hunter kills a target marked as prey, they gain a stackable bonus until the end of combat, depending on the enemy's difficulty tier. So the more difficult the enemy, the better the effect, basically. So we could get either max temporary wounds for weaker enemies, or extra crit damage and crit hit chance, or both for extra tough enemies. Okay. So that's good. That's probably a good thing for a sniper to have, to be fair. So what can we do now? Hunt down. What do we want next? Okay, Cull the Bold. The Bounty Hunter's next attack this turn will have additional effects. And that just sounds just good, doesn't it? There's no reason not to take that. Killing the Bounty makes a free single attack with a selected weapon. Always hits, does not end the movement. It deals just 4 times ballistic bonus plus... So ballistic bonus plus perception bonus is 5 plus 6. That's 11 times 4. 44% of usual damage. So almost half damage. But after each third enemy killed by this, the Bounty Hunter recovers 1 charge of Hunt Down the Prey. Each third enemy. Prey. If claim the bounty kills a target marked as prey, they receive 2 AP. Okay. So if you could finish someone off, so say you've marked someone as prey, you finish them off and you kind of reclaim the AP spent on it. But it is a free attack, so actually, yeah, okay. The Bounty Hunter's next attack during this turn will have 100% over penetration and plus 2 perception bonus, so 12% armor penetration. Prey. The next attack that hits a target marked as prey is always a crit. I mean, that's pretty good, isn't it? Till the Bounty Hunter's next turn, whenever an ally attacks a target marked as prey, the attack deals 6% additional bonus damage. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Trailed. No, I quite like the piercing shot, and maybe we'll go into these others, which I also quite like the sound of. Let's go piercing shot first. How many AP is that? That's 1 AP. Okay. Because these are all fairly new, I will sort of go through these. Hopefully that's okay with people. I've had a lot of comments in other videos that people would rather I go into more detail on the level up stuff, so, you know, that's what we'll do now. Whenever an ally kills prey, the Bounty Hunter gains half of the bonuses. Okay. It's pretty good. Whenever prey is killed, all enemies in a 10 cell radius around them have their agility reduced by 5 times the difficulty tier for 2 rounds. Yeah. Whenever they score a crit, they gain 6% armor penetration to the end of combat, which stacks. Could be good. When they score a crit, the target's armor is reduced by 5 plus the target's okay, that's a percentage. So you're probably looking at 5 to 10 in the most part to the end of combat. Whenever an enemy is killed by a crit hit scored by the Bounty Hunter or their ally, they gain... The Bounty Hunter gains 2 times enemy's difficulty tier percentage damage for 2 rounds. Now this is good because it doesn't have to be marked as prey. That's any enemy killed by a crit, which isn't too bad. Whenever the Bounty Hunter is attacked in melee range for the first time, now I'm not planning on being hit in melee range. Kills prey, la 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 la. Whenever the Bounty Hunter scores a crit for the first time in a round, they gain target's difficulty tier movement points. We don't really want Yrliet to move, so that's probably not. At the start of their turn, they gain 2 movement points for each ally who is adjacent to prey. First crit in a round grants their allies a stacking percentage bonus to armor penetration to the end of combat. Whenever prey deals damage to the Bounty Hunter's ally, the Bounty Hunter gains prey difficulty tier percentage damage against that prey. It's a bit conditional, that. Pounce. The Bounty Hunter's allies gain 3 plus perception bonus, critical hit chance against enemies affected with prey. 9... I guess it's a percent, probably? It doesn't say percent, but I guess it is. Whenever prey that is not being trailed is killed by an ally, the bounty hunter gains an extra turn with half of their MP and AP. The bounty hunter cannot attack. Oh, okay, so it's just a movement thing, really. That could be good. So I have taken piercing shot. Is their armor reduced by 5% until the end of combat? Stacks. Whenever the bounty hunter hits an enemy with an attack, they inflict the catch effect on the enemy. And suffers a stack of armor and dodge. Whenever the bounty hunter kills an enemy with a crit hit, all allies in a 7-cell radius around the target gain a critical hit chance till the end of combat, which stacks. That's pretty good. When the bounty hunter performs a single shot attack on an immobilized or stunned target, that's a bit conditional. Kills an enemy, blah 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 blah. Immediately reloads and attacks the closest enemy in the line of sight. Has to be the bounty hunter doing the kill. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, so that's kind of elite enemies, isn't it? I don't know. Again, a bit conditional, perhaps. So in terms of these expertises as well, I'm assuming she's pretty good in... Eldari weaponry, I would assume. Yeah, she's already got that. These are all skill and characteristic improvements. I don't tend to take those. Penetrating sight. In my sights gains an additional armor penetration equal to perception percentage. Which one's in my sights? I don't know what it is. It might be a skill I don't have. Okay, I think those are related to a skill I don't have. So, of these... Do I have it? I'm not sure. Was it one of the other ones here? Oh no, it wasn't. What's in my sights? I don't know. What are these ones I don't have? That one sounds quite good. Needs raid. Alright. That'd be a good one to take at that point. So I'm going to pause here while I've read the ones here. I can't quite remember them all, so I'm going to have to go through them again. But I'll pause while I'm choosing which one I'm going to take. I think I'm going to go this one, Hunting Surge. So whenever an enemy is killed by a crit scored by either ourselves or anyone in the party, they'll gain 2 times the enemy's difficulty tier. So usually, I guess that's going to be sort of between 2 and 8% damage for 2 rounds. But that's whenever an enemy's killed. So we might see that there's multiples of those happening per turn, and actually she's going to end up like with 20% damage for a round, which is not inconsiderable, so we'll take that. AP increase. Yeah, so what was this one? I just skipped over that. Okay, so that's the heroic act. Okay, fair enough. I guess ballistic skill of those. Okay. She's very low health, so I might take Will Not Die, because she'll get a bunch more. See if there's anything different down here to the last time we saw it. Not really. What is in my sights? Let me Google it. I don't want to go back, because I might lose all the stuff I've done, but I might Google what is in my sights. Okay, people have actually been complaining about this skill. It's the one where, I think it was mentioned when I was looking at her features page, she kind of ends her turn, but queues up a guaranteed crit and hit for the next turn on a marked enemy. But people have complained that it's bugged, because it removes all her movement as well, so she effectively can't move the next turn. And also combat tends to be over quite quickly, so, you know, giving up a turn not really that good. Additional armor penetration. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go for either of those. So I might take the hit points one on this one, because she's a bit light on that. What else we got? I guess we'll keep going ballistic skill. Her perception's pretty high anyway, so let's take ballistic skill. Are these different ones, or... Oh. I was tempted by that one last time. And that one. Anything else different? Doesn't look like it. Free attack when she kills a harder enemy. It's only at 50% damage, but maybe. I'll do that, because if it was like a boss or something, that could be quite good. Now, in terms of skill, I quite liked any of these top ones, really. Just give them like deals an additional, that'll be 6 by that time. Damage, enemy's armor is going to be reduced a bit. Enemy's armor against this attack is below 20%. The enemy's dodge is also decreased, so that could be good. It's a free single attack with a selected weapon that always hits, does not end the movement, but deals 50% damage. After each enemy killed by this, they recover 1 charge. Or they could get 2 AP. I'll take that. I'll take that. We've got to make sure to like mark stuff as prey to get the best out of it, but we'll do that. Okay. Again, that's kind of like a boss killer, isn't it? But this can apply to anyone, so I think I'm going to take this. Whenever they score a crit hit on anyone, they'll gain a plus 6%, which I guess is tied into perception bonus. Armor penetration to the end of combat. That seems good, so we'll take that. Okay, we're probably going on Xenos on this. So Heinrichs will be... Oh, he's not in the party, so we can't see, but Oh, Pascal's pretty high on this as well. But we're already high, so I can't imagine I'm going to want to increase Pascal's value in that anymore. It's gonna be awareness, isn't it, or Xenos? But we'll take Xenos. She'll be our Xenos expert. Ballistic skills blocked, so we'll take more perception, I suppose, on her. What does agility do? Okay, so it's like dodge reduction stuff. Yeah, perception's the one to go for, I think. Another one here. Okay. God. Can't take nimble. Oh, I've already got it. What about swift? Yeah, oh. Already got swift movements. Okay. She's got Eldari. Maybe we should take Drakari weapon proficiency? Seems like that's probably a good one. Also, we got some good Drakari weapons. Removing their dodge around. It says every time. Is it every time she kills? Whenever prey is killed. I'll take this though, because you know there'll be times when the allies are killing prey, so it probably makes sense. Xenos up again. Perception up again. That's done. Okay, so she's at 36 HP now. Let's see where she ends up. 62. That's a bit better. That's a bit better. Good. Okay, well, I think we got some good skills there. I'm clicking next. I don't know why it's... Maybe it's just done. Maybe... Yeah, okay, I don't know. It's just bugged, maybe, slightly. Okay, good. Alright, well, that's Yrliet, and I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. So when we come back, we'll explore this area a bit more. We'll maybe find out a bit more about what's happening on Janus. Seems to be how you pronounce it. And maybe go and do something about the rebels as well. What's this? Formation. Oh, there's a formation. There didn't used to be a formation button there, so that's quite cool. Okay, well, I guess I'll swap her with Cassia, maybe. Or maybe we'll have Pascal kind of there-ish. Her there, and we'll have Cassia there. I mean, she's not a melee character, but she likes to be fairly close to the action because she's moving people around and stuff, and she's got the lidless stare thing. And the other option is maybe Argenta. Yeah, no, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, cool. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Let me know in the comments what you think about the episode, what you think about our new character that we've picked up, and anything else you like, really. It's always good to hear from you. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be amazing if you could do that as well. So thanks very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.